Howdy, howdy.
Oops. Howdy, howdy. Comments, turn that on. Give me a thumbs up or let me know if you can hear me. I've got a brand new setup in the brand new temporary place that I'm staying. Karma says hi. Connor says hi. Hello, Faye Teeter. Hello, Caleb. Hope you're doing great out there. Looks like fun for Worth. Yep. I'm having a good time, Miss Teeter. Hello, Mr. Mazin. Hey, Mazin, I got a question for you. Tell me the name of that show that you've been ding-donging me to watch. I think I just watched it. Hello, Tony Cuerlo Solis. Wash hands. Is that supposed to be an icon? Chris Sullivan, how was the trip, man? Man, it was great. Oh my God, it was the best time. I had the absolute best time. I'm about to get into it. Brian Taylor, hello, Caleb, and everybody else out there. Hello, Mr. Taylor. Dorian Mabry, what's up? Hello, Dorian. Hello, Carmen and Brandon Eldon Johnson. What's up? Sounds good. Cool. I'm glad it does. Okay. I think so. The one I watched was on HBO called The Last of Us. And apparently there's only 2 episodes out, and the 3rd episode comes out tonight. So, yeah, I didn't see From Mazin. I'm sorry. I'll get there eventually. Hello, Miss Tammy. How are you? Can you search when did Screen 4 filmed? When did Screen 4? I can't. Hello, Hayes Foley. I don't know. I don't know about that. Spencer, the Transformer Prime fan. Can't wait to see your journey from Georgia all the way to Maine. What states are you going through? That's an excellent question. I'm going to be going through 14 of them, and I don't even have them all memorized. Starting in northern Georgia at Springer Mountain on tentatively March 21st, and it basically goes up the entire eastern seaboard. Hello, Chase. My trip, it took me 5 days to drive from, actually 6 days if you count. It took a day just to go from Northern California to Southern California. If you missed my live, I got to walk down Hollywood Boulevard and do the most touristy of touristy shit. It was kind of fun, though. I have to admit, I had a blast seeing all those stars. Some of the stars I don't particularly care for, and some of them, like George Carlin, I absolutely loved. That was really cool to see that. But it took me 5 days to get from Southern California to where I'm at in Maine. I'm in a little suburb of Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm staying with a friend of mine whom I've known for a very, very long time. And the absolute highlight of the entire trip coming from Southern California here was I got to hug my parents and my sister Hillary. It was absolutely surreal. We haven't spoken over 5 years. I won't really go into the negative reasons as to why, not in too much detail. Is mostly my dad and I, we just had different ways of thinking, but we're past it, and I needed a break. I think everybody needed a break. We got our break, and it was amazing how much everyone had changed. I stayed at my sister's house, I don't remember what night, about the 2nd or 3rd night, and I got to visit with her and my brother-in-law, and they were doing excellent. It was so good to see them and catch up with them. And the next morning, I left out about 5 a.m., drove about 2.5 hours, and they live in New Mexico. And they live out in this gorgeous house they built out in the mountains. And it was good to see. It's funny, as I was pulling off the road, excuse me, I got a wee bit of a cough. My Siri told me, turn right and your destination is half a mile on the right. Well, I looked to my right and saw a few houses out there, and I looked and I saw one. I said, I know that architecture from half a mile away. I spotted my father's architecture, the house he built. They built a barn-dominium. And barn-dominiums, if you're not familiar, is basically, it looks on the exterior basically like a metal barn, but on the interior, it's a full-blown house. And they're kind of the new craze, the new rave these days, for their efficiency, for their it's basically, relatively speaking, cheap to build, and they don't require a lot of maintenance. Well, my parents are kind of the pioneers of that. They built their first barn dominium about 25 years ago, and they lived in it for 20 some years. But I could see it. I could recognize it from anywhere, and I pulled up and walked up to the front door, and Dad was the first one came out. We both had a little tear in our eye, and we just hugged. We hugged, and it was so good to see him. And I walked in, and then I saw my mom, and I bawled. Then I mean, I'm just hugging my mom, and she was hugging me, and we'd been texting for about the last month. And I showed her some before and after pictures. Like, Mom, guess what? I'm 29 months sober today, and been working out with Blaine. He's a bodybuilder. He's taught me all about nutrition, and look at me. And she just hugged me. She just said, "Oh, honey, hug me." Like touching me. She's like, "I just can't believe what you've done with your body. You look amazing. Your eyes are clear." I said, "Mom, I feel good. I feel really, really good." And I couldn't stay long because what did I have to do? Oh, yeah, Parker had entered a rodeo in Fort Worth, and I had to leave in time. So I got to stay there about 3 hours. But I had to drive another 8 or 10 hours something to catch Parker's rodeo, which was fun. But for 3 hours, we just talked and talked and talked. And they showed me all their barn and the greenhouse and their horse stalls and all the animals. He kept one of my old cats, the old orange cat. We called Keeney. Cat had 9 lives. He just had hell, but he's still alive. He looks great. And guess who else I saw there? Do y'all remember, for the old schoolers that have been around for a while, y'all remember that video I posted where it was 60 days, reunited with the kids for 60 days, and Blaine tells Riggs, my dog, like, "Stop licking me," because Riggs, the dog, was just bouncing around. My dad took Riggs after my sister had him for several years after I went to jail for 60 family court jail, and they were moving to a different house, and Riggs didn't adapt very well. So while this 5 years we were apart, my dad took in Riggs, which Dad, if you know my dad, he's an animal lover, deluxe galore, and he basically takes in every stray he's ever come across, and he keeps them and feeds them and fattens them up until they die. And he just loves animals. Well, he's got Riggs, and bless poor little Riggsy Pooh's heart, he's about double the weight that he was, and his eyes he's getting old. He's like 13, 14 years old, and his eyes got a little bit of a glaze, and I reached down to pet him, and he was sniffing me. And he didn't recognize me at first. I could tell because he's standoffish. And then all of a sudden, you could see it clicked. I hadn't seen that dog since I went to jail in 2014, or maybe shortly thereafter, 2014, I hadn't seen him since then because I couldn't take care of him because I was living a camper, driving from Odessa to San Antonio. It was too much when his alternative was to live in the mountains in New Mexico. It's a no-brainer. But the light came on. You could see he's old, but he just started going, and he reared up and started pawing at me a little bit and just wanted some loving and petting. Oh, it's so good to see Riggsy boy. So, anyways, how y'all doing? That was the highlight. I got to meet, outside of, seeing my parents again, I got to meet a bunch of new people. I met with I've chosen a firm out of California, and I met with them in Northern California out of Sacramento. And that was amazing. The things that are coming to my channel they're going to be subtle at first on y'all's end, but I actually not amazed. I'm more like dumbfounded at how much work it required. Ooh, my goodness. Oh, Bitcoin surging again. Sorry. Nerd alert. Oh yeah, how much work goes into creating and properly managing just the YouTube channel. That's not including the Instagram and the Patreon. I've had a Patreon for years, but we're about to fire it up. Getting the color schemes, getting the font correct, getting the email set up, getting the online store set up, getting the just everything. It's not just, you know, make a few clicks and you've got a YouTube channel. To do it professionally, I had no idea how much work it was and how much crap you have to know and understand about marketing. But it's working, and I'm excited about it. And one of the most exciting things about it is what I wanted to get to, is the main part of this life, other than telling the world about reuniting with my parents, particularly hugging my father's neck. I am about to embark, as somebody I've talked about just a little bit, embark on the adventure of my lifetime, probably by far the most challenging one. March 21st, I'm going to be tentatively, it might be the 25th or the 20th, but tentatively March 21st is the date I'm using. I'm going to be going on the Appalachian Trail and going through all those states. And I'm going to be wearing a tracker, like a dog collar, like it's a little Apple pod thing. And part of the marketing side is we're going to have a website. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it, through Patreon or Patreon through like calebleverett.com. We're still working on it. These unanswered questions, by the way, will be regularly posted in the community section on this channel. You will be able to, if we go through Patreon, for example, you pay like X amount of dollars a month. I don't know what it's going to be. You can follow me in real time, and except when I'm sleeping, of course. There are stalkers out there that still love to stalk me. So when I'm sleeping, I'm going to turn it off and then walk a few extra miles to make sure they don't come knocking at my tent. And then I'll turn it back on when I wake up. But if you happen to live along the Appalachian Trail, there are these people whose hobby, or I'm not sure, they call them trail angels. And trail angels, they bring breakfast burritos and water and, you know, just general supplies, or give people rides. You know, if they get tired, you'll give them a ride to town. You know, they might be off the trail, like, you know, maybe 20 miles to a hotel or something. Or, you know, after a week or two or a month or whatever, I might want to, you know, wash my ass and shave my face and sleep in a bed. And if you happen to live along that trail and you follow me with the app, and you can come hike with me, I would love. I posted this a little bit on my Facebook, and I got a hell of a response from people who's like, "Hey, if I'm in Pennsylvania, hey, I'm in Connecticut, I'm in Maine, I'm in, you know, West Virginia, I'm in the Smokies, I'm in here, and I would love to, you know, help you out, or help you out financially, or come hike with you for a few hours or a day if you want to hike for a day or two." And I did put out a video, we're getting into what they call reels, like shorts. And I just yesterday, I think two days ago, it's the latest upload I put, where it shows my trip through San Francisco, where I got to see the Golden Gate Bridge, and I got to see Alcatraz, the old prison. My whole entire life, I'm age 45, and I did not realize that Alcatraz and the Golden Gate Bridge are like a mile or two apart. They're right next to each other. I had no idea. But at the end of that, I talk about, you know, a little bit about what we're doing. And again, as time goes on over the next 50 days or so, when I actually start the trail, we're going to be in this community section. I'm going to be giving out more information, where you can, click, where you can go, how you can support us, or how you can meet up with me anywhere along the trail. One thing that I have got to focus on, and I'm having to remind myself of this, is I have got 520 bazillion subscribers, 521,000, a bunch. I got over 500,000 subscribers, and I'm not the notifications are not going out. And I know it's not just me. I've seen other YouTubers talk about the same thing. I've done some research, talked to the marketing firm out in California, and it has to do with each individual's notifications. They have to have it not only click the subscribe button, but click the bell, and then you have to enable it on your phone. And I know a lot of people don't want to enable it because they don't want to get 5 bazillion notifications. But if you do want to follow me for over my 5, 6, 7 month long journey, click the bell and turn on notifications, and you'll be notified when I post things, when I post something in the community section. I don't know how often I'll be making posts on the trail. I'm ordering some stuff off Amazon, like battery packs. Apparently, oh my gosh, excuse me. Apparently, there's not a lot of sunlight. There's loads of shade. I'm either on the side of a mountain or going through a bunch of trees, and there's not going to be solar charging my phone is not an option. So I've ordered some things off of Amazon, like battery packs, that sort of thing. So I'm guessing every other day, every 3 days, maybe every now and then I'll do it every day, make either some kind of picture post, blog post where I'm at. I will be going live as often as possible. I just don't know how often that's going to be. So anyways, hello, Miss Dannon. How are you doing? Sarah Jane's in there somewhere. I can see it. Yep. Hello, Wicca. Cheryl just mentioned his dog from 2014. He got to spend time with. Yep. Old Rigsy Poo. Karma, his YouTube, editing, and Facebook. That's what I was talking about. I'm not sure. I have no idea what that means. Chilly cold. Stupid trolls and stalkers, please leave Caleb alone, idiots. Yeah. It'd be nice, but it's okay. I'm just here to support. Oh, Mazen, you've been around forever, dude. Josh DH Photography. Hi, Caleb. I recently watched the Parker series, and it's insane how horrible the situation was, but thank God everything's better now. Everything is better. Yes, and as my own mama told me, she can see it in my eyes. I am a new person, and it feels great. It's like Goldie Hawn says in Overboard, everybody wants to be me. It's just a joke. I feel amazing, being sober, being fit, not worrying about the crap that I used to worry about. I talked about this a little bit. Oh, yeah, yesterday. I don't know how many of y'all saw a guy named Eric Carroll out of a little town south of where I'm at here in Georgia, runs Dad Talk Today. And he invited me in his studio. And he's got the sweetest little studio you've ever seen in your life. Better, cooler than anything I've ever seen. It's nothing like, Rogan has, but, it's nice, like real nice. But he invited me in, and we sat down and talked for about 2 hours on his podcast. He's been doing it about 3 years. He went through some emotional stuff where it was real hard and he had to stop for a while, and I could totally relate to that, as I've done the same thing. But he knew about the Parker video. He's known about it for a long time, but a mutual friend of ours, Dwayne, told him a little bit more and said, hey, you ought to have Caleb on. And he goes, okay, well, I need to watch that. And he watched it for the very first time, like the day before he had me on. And he said, oh my God, that is the first and last time I will ever. He goes, Caleb, that was triggering. That was hard to watch. It was amazing to watch that you got that much footage of what happened. But He goes, I can't watch it again. I said, dude, you think that's bad? Wait till you watch Parker versus the Man, because you'll need a box of tissues. So anyway, if you get a chance, I think I put a link in the community section. I think I put a notification and I tagged his channel. I'll put a link to when I get off here, and I'm not going to stay too long tonight. I'm on about 21 minutes right now. I'm not going to stay too long tonight. I got this weird cough that I've had, and I feel perfectly fine. I've had this thing like 3 weeks, and I slept amazing last night. I woke up and I thought it was gone, but obviously it's not. But I will put a link to the interview in the community section as soon as I'm done. Let's see where I'm dinging here. Tori, get a life straw and some water cleaning tablets. I do have a filter. I do. They recommended that whenever I've got a video I put out where I climbed Cloud Peak in the Bighorn National Forest in northeastern Wyoming, and they recommended, you filter your water, and I did it first, but I finally got to the point where, it's literally a glacier melting into the mountain and then like coming out the side of the mountain. If the water on the Appalachian Trail is as clean as that, I'm just going to drink it straight from the damn tap. If that water's toxic, then fuck it, just kill me, because there's no saving anything. Brian Sherson, hi there, Kayla. Looking forward to following you and your trip. Brian, Auckland, New Zealand. Cool, thanks, Brian. That's badass. People in New Zealand will be following me here on the Appalachian Trail. That's just cool as hell to me. This is from Dan and Tori. I have those camping emergencies so useful. Tammy gave me some love. I was there. It was an awesome live stream. Oh, the one with Eric Carroll, Dad Talk Today. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Did you meet DSD? I did. Mazin, I did. I met, that's a different Dwayne. I met DSD. I stayed at his house. He let me crash there the night before I went to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And I got to meet him and hang out with him. We talked till probably, midnight. We didn't get around to, we thought about doing a simulcast or, just, a little live, little podcast, but we just ran out of time basically. But yeah, got to meet him. It was real good to finally put a face with the name. Now you're living the life. Caleb, enjoy it. I'm trying, man. I really am. Hello, Miss Lauren Kim, one of the members. Somebody got mad at me a while back when I was still in Cheyenne because I kept talking to the members. I was like, they're members, man. They paid. They paid me. Of course, I'm going to say it though. So anyways, like I said, I don't think I'm going to go too long tonight. It's I'm pushing 23, 24 minutes. I just wanted to get that out there that I'm not dead. I know I've not been real active lately, but it's about to get crazy, about to get real hairy, because we're gonna have a whole lot more coming out in the form of lives on the trail. In between the trail, I'm going to be taking what they call 0 days, where I get 0 miles hiking, like basically a breather, and might be probably flying out to California, meeting with my team there, getting all the video that I collect and turning it into shorts and other videos to be released while I'm out on the trail. In between that and doing releasing shorts. So anyways, that's the main thing. That's the thing I wanted to get out. Oh, this frog in my throat is driving me crazy. Back when I was doing the regular podcast, this would happen after about an hour, but it's only 24 minutes in, and it just messes up my throat because I don't know what it is. Again, I don't have a fever. I'm not vomiting and nothing like that. It's just this thick mucus stuck in my throat. It's gross. So anyways, I know. I promise I'm going to do the water with lemon. I promise. I need to. It's so cool. You're being professionally managed now. Very exciting. It is. I can't believe it. as you can tell, it's coming from a place of happiness. Is that a pun, Mazen? You still pushed me to watch from? But it is. I am. It's driving me crazy. I'm gonna have to get off here. I'm sorry. I should know the answer to this, but I don't. There is a schedule for when I'm going live, especially between now and the 50 days from now when I decide to go live. I just don't know what it is. Sorry, but I will post it in the community section. This is taking some getting used to, but if you haven't clicked the bell, if you want notifications on this, click that bell so you can get notifications when I upload shorts or when I'm going live or when I upload regular videos from being on the trail itself. And I shall see y'all just as soon as I check my calendar, whatever the calendar says. I will see y'all then. Y'all take care. Bye.